Welcome back, everybody, to the Slightly Better Than Average podcast, episode 2.
2.
Dose.
We have interesting talking points today.
Yes. Not political or religious.
I guess depending on how much you love eSports, it could be.
That's true.
First one is just, I guess, eSports in general, the direction. What do you think of them? Are they a sport? All that good shit.
Yeah. Is esports a sport? I say yes.
I'd say yeah. Because
it's a sport of the mind. Your mind is a muscle. It's exercising your mind.
Right. And it's not... How do I put this? There are sports in the Olympics and in high schools and college that we've made sports, but it was actually a survival thing.
Yeah.
And there are also sports that have been designed to be sports.
Well, and also people say video games are just games and not sports, but I would counter that by saying that all sports started as games.
As just games.
Yeah. And honestly, to me, they're synonymous with each other, games and sports. It's the same thing.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Competitive clue.
Yeah. I don't see how that's any different.
That's fair.
I mean, one's a physical sport or a physical game, but...
Right. And one's not.
And then get weird hybrids between mind and physical games, like golf.
Yeah. Weird hybrids where you have to read the green, which almost no one knows what that actually means.
Yeah, oops.
The hell?
Does that hit this metal thing?
Oh, another dwarven dynamo?
No, it's like this thing that holds, when you move your desk up, tilt it this way, it holds your papers.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'd say it's definitely a sport. I know there are a lot of people that do not consider it a sport, but, like, their arguments are dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I respect other people's opinions, but that opinion's stupid.
Right. I respect your opinion, I just think it's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I know someone who thinks, like, cross-country is not a sport. It is athletic, but it's not a sport like football's a sport.
I'd say that's more of a sport than a game, like, more, because there's no scoring rules or anything, it's just... You just run to the finish line. That's it.
We found a sport that's not a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a lot of opinions on it.
I would say it's still a game, but it's very much less
a game.
Less a game than other
football or baseball.
Yeah. There's no intricate rules and like systems and strategies and stuff besides pacing yourself. There's no
start slow and then burst of energy.
Yeah.
Speed at the last possible second.
I can't do that. When I run, I have to run hard first because I found that no matter what, about halfway, I feel burned out regardless if I start slow or start fast. Oh. So I'm just like, I just push it hard at the beginning as much as I can.
I can do the burst at the end, like.
Yeah, at the very end, like if I can see where I'm the finish,
then
I can. Yeah.
Right.
That's normally what I do when I go CrossFit. Everyone's like, when they see me, because you have to like run up a hill behind the building and then run back down. And every time someone sees me run back down, they're like, "Holy fuck!" So I just come around the corner like, I'm just like going super fast.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I can keep. I don't know. I don't think I necessarily start slow, but I don't start fast.
Yeah. You pace yourself.
Yeah, I'm not great at pacing to an extreme extent, like starting real slow. When it comes to running. But yeah, I definitely call eSports a sport.
All right, so now that we have that defined.
Now we've defined that, you have our opinions out there. Should the eSports be in the Olympics?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Why or why not?
I'm gonna say that
swimming is.
Yes, eSports should be in the Olympics, but the criteria for a game to make it into the Olympics has to be has to make it through a rigorous criteria.
Right.
Like, it has to be a game that's been around for a while. People are into it, and the rules don't change too often, so you can have some kind of consistency.
So, like, an FPS?
An FPS, or... Usually, I think it would come down to an FPS or an RTS game.
Oh, StarCraft in the Olympics would be sweet.
Yeah. But I think... Even though I'd love to see that, I think it would just boil down to what we already see with StarCraft tournaments where America loses and South Korea wins.
Except for DaNihilist, who won a ton.
Yeah.
That dude's awesome. But, yeah. So should they be?
Oh, and MOBAs.
Yeah, MOBAs.
Yeah.
League of Legends.
Yeah, or Dota.
I think the one thing that was really holding it back, other than the Olympic Council and the public perception of video games being just like they turn your kids into killers, which is still a thing, which is just...
Why is that still a thing?
I don't know.
There's literally no statistical evidence
Mortal Kombat started that because parents freaked out.
Yeah.
In like 98
or something, or 90, sometime between 94 and 98.
Look it up.
That's why we have this now.
I thought it was like 91 was the first arcade Mortal Kombat. Morattle?
Oh,
Kabat? What the hell? Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, I forgot it's with a K. Mortal Kombat 1. 95. Yeah, so 95.
Oh, dude, I was...
Oh, wait, no, that's the movie.
Mortal Kombat 1 game.
1992.
92, okay, so we weren't that far off.
Okay. Yeah, we were close.
Yeah, but that started the whole thing, like, my kid's gonna rip my neighbor's kid's spine out if they played Mortal Kombat in the arcade.
I think it was like that and like Grand Theft Auto were like...
Grand Theft Auto...
That's pretty much the only two that ever have been used until Slender Man.
Has been the center of controversy for video games and violence.
Yeah.
They're sued almost every time they release a game.
Honestly, I think part of it was the name. I think part of it was the name, to be honest. It's the name of like a super high penalty crime.
Yeah.
And the original name for Grand Theft Auto was really dumb. It was like something like Super Fast Cars or some shit. Like,
jeez.
Wait. I want to see what it is.
The original game is Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Original. Not game. It's original name. It had some dumb... Race and Chase.
Race and Chase?
It's called Race and Chase.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Rockstar, why?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think if it had kept the name Race and Chase, it wouldn't have been as popular as it was.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No way.
But also, I think it would have lessened the controversy around the game just by it was called Race and Chase.
Race and Chase? Yeah. So, that's the other thing is that it could never be like... Even though I said FPS as far as like a game series that always keeps the same rules, like Call of Duty always has search and destroy, and team deathmatch and such, and Battlefield always has conquest, like that stuff. You can't have a game where like someone's very obvious, just the evil dudes of the world, and like the other side are good guys.
Oh my god! Hold on, I just had a really good idea. We're gonna stop the podcast for just a second.
What?
I just made it so that way, like, if we pull up something cool, I'll be able. I have it's screen capping right now, so we pull up something cool, it can be in the video.
Okay.
For reference stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's big part of the problem with the Olympics is like the murderous aspect of most competitive games.
Yeah.
Even like I guess StarCraft, like a MOBA would be okay because it's like League of Legends is only.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even have to
humans.
be. It wouldn't even have to be like super violent, even though I like super violent games.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Well, it's not even that I like super violence. I just want realistic violence.
Oh.
That's just me. The more realistic it can be, the better. I don't want like over the top. Like I don't need like Doom, like level. Even though it was sweet, I don't need.
Sweet.
Yeah, I don't need Doom level violence, or even more like Mortal Kombat level violence. But like. I like Call of Duty or Battlefield level violence,
where it's pretty,
or even a little bit more where there's like actual bullet wounds and stuff.
Oh, that's fair.
Like if someone gets shot in the head with a 50 cal, their head should explode at the very least.
At a minimum.
Yeah.
If it doesn't atomize their torso along with it.
Yeah. But also, like if someone gets shot with a 22, it shouldn't be like. You shouldn't explode from a 22. It's just like
you
it's
shouldn't even be able to die from a 22 in video games. You actually just lay on the ground bleeding out for like 25
Well,
minutes.
I think there was a gun like that in Battlefield 1. There's the little sniper pistol. It was a pistol that only the sniper class could get, and it was like a little like he held it with like 3 fingers. You know, like
that's crazy.
It would like shoot people. And you almost couldn't kill people with it. You had to use all your ammo for it to kill like
that's amazing
one person.
Or like really weak. I don't even know what like round it used. The gun that you can only have it if you're a pilot who bails out of a plane.
Yeah.
I don't know what that thing is, but it takes a lot to kill somebody.
It's like, it wasn't the from stop. That was the automatic one. That one's good. I don't remember. I know the one you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
But I feel like it was like a 38 round. Like, it wasn't too tiny, but it wasn't big.
Yeah.
In any capacity.
So, another criteria I feel like for the Olympics would, realistically, I don't think any games out now would make it into the Olympics.
Except for maybe like League or StarCraft.
Yeah.
But
well, the reason I say that is because I think in order to fit whatever rules the Olympic Council might decide for the game, they would have to design a game around that.
Yeah, they would have to go, okay, we're accepting applicants for video games in the Olympics. Here are the criteria.
Yeah.
Show us what you have. And then we all know EA or Blizzard would just kind of win because they have all the money.
Yeah.
So they could develop.
So you say they should put out like a kind of like a military style contract of like, here, everybody make this and we'll buy the best one.
Yeah, and then it would have to come with like a 30-year contract of like.
Well, hopefully they don't do like a military because that's just buy whatever the cheapest one is. But
right, not the. Dude, that's one of my favorite quotes. Speaking of games in Call of Duty, it's just remember. The rifle you're using came from the lowest bidder.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
It's like, even though they're good, it's like, yeah. It's like spooky.
That's why...
so I think it'd be... Yeah, I doubt any games outright. And then it also comes down to, like... So there are sports in the Olympics that are played at other arenas around the world.
Yeah, I know Japan is really pushing for... video games in the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah. I think in the next... Hold on. Let me look it up. But I think in the next Japanese Olympics, they were trying to get it so there's video games in there.
The next Japanese Olympics is, like, not that far away.
Yeah. Japanese... Oh. Yeah, 2020. It's not too far away. Olympics... I don't remember.
5 new sports have been added to the Olympic Games. What the hell?
Esports will become a medal event at the 2022 Asian Games.
What are the Asian Games? Is it like the Olympics but only for Asia?
No, I think it just means that in the Asian Olympics, like, they'll... Oh, this one's in China. So maybe they're doing Japan in 2020 and then for the winter or whatever. Or summer. I don't know which one it'd be. I forget where we are.
But they're calling it the Asian Games.
Oh, that's true.
What are the Asian Games?
I don't know. They're playing League of Legends or Dota.
And RTS.
And StarCraft, of course.
So MOBAs and Dota. That's what we're learning from the Asian Games.
I mean, MOBAs and StarCraft.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so it is a different thing.
Oh, yeah, skateboarding was added for... And sport climbing. What is sport climbing? Rifle shooting has been added. Big sport for years. That's skateboarding. Huh. But the point is...
Yeah.
I think video games are on their way to the Olympics.
Yes.
Partially because, like, the amount of money it generates.
Yeah. I think it'll wind up being
like Riot is a $1 trillion company.
Yeah. I think it would wind up being a FPS, but it'd probably be most likely like Overwatch if it was designed for the Olympics.
Yeah,
it'd be bright and colorful, not super violent. Like
Overwatch already does Olympic boxes every time there's an Olympic Games going on.
Yeah.
There's characters from all over the world in the game.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Although it'd be so awkward, like playing against like the.
Or maybe they can have like not one game in the Olympics, and like each one's its own category.
Games?
Each one's like its own.
I guess that's true because they have different swimming events.
Yeah, there's different swimming events. There's different running events. There's different all kinds of things.
So would it be? It'd probably be a MOBA, an FPS, and an RTS.
Yeah.
Probably is what it would start as.
Yeah, that's exactly what it'd be. Now, I would love my dream game for the Olympics would be like a Battlefield game.
Halo Wars.
Have like 60 on 60.
60
or not 60 on 60.
on
I mean, was it 32 on 32?
Oh my god. I feel bad though because the video game Olympians wouldn't get to participate in the sweet orgies in the Olympic villages.
Yeah.
Unless they were hella fit. Like
Yeah.
some league players are just like bonkers
Yeah.
physically fit.
Oh, the best ever was the Lebanese chick. She was like a Lebanese, I almost said lesbian.
Oh,
She was not a lesbian. She was a Lebanese snowboarder. I'll pull it up.
Ooh.
Yeah. Already I'm down with that.
Already Lebanese.
Lebanese snowboarder. She got in a bunch of trouble because she took some pictures with her in a bikini or whatever, and they're still like considered like a not a Middle Eastern country, but they're very much under like that style of
Like
government. Like I don't know if it's exactly Islamic, but it's definitely that level of strictness.
Oh, just very strict.
Yeah, that's her though.
Huh.
Yeah, she got in trouble, but that was like at the Olympics. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, in video game, most of the gamers probably wouldn't be able to have any chance. If we're just being honest.
Poor video gamers.
Yeah. Okay. My computer just wants me to stay on that. Nope.
Your computer.
Yeah, my computer was like, dude, my computer has a mind of its own.
It's having issues. Yeah, so that's eSports and Olympics, and will we ever think they'll be there?
Yeah.
Yes, they'll be there. When?
Oh, at some point.
They'll definitely make it there.
Yeah.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
It's just when. I don't know.
I bet in like 500 years it'll be all virtual stuff.
It's all virtual things.
The Olympics is completely virtual.
It's just VR.
Mm-hmm. They don't even need to leave their house to like compete in the Olympics.
I want it to be Olympic speedrunning.
Oh yeah.
Fuck everything else. Olympic speedrunning.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean, that's definitely viable.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Probably more so than the other ones are, like right off the bat.
Probably.
Like you could do like Mario 1, not Mario 1, but like Super Mario Brothers, like speedrunning, like and not need to change anything about the game.
Or Clue speedrunning and beat it in 8 seconds.
Clue?
Yeah, I saw that.
It would just be like random guessing until someone gets it right.
No, it's this weird. I don't know how this guy did it. But this video and the dude.
Was it like a virtual Clue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just virtual Clue. And he beat it in like 8 seconds. Like from start to finish.
That's
done,
ridiculous.
8 seconds. It's like, how the hell?
Did he just have like, he just went off, because you get like a set of clues at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And he just went off that and knew.
No, he speed run glitched through.
Huh.
I don't know how I did it. Don't know how I did it.
That doesn't make any sense, but that's
It makes
crazy.
neither does like tilting your horse on a rock in Skyrim and slinging yourself to the end of Dragonborn
That's true.
and killing Mirak.
Yeah.
Like, and Mirak is apparently a level-based entity,
Yeah, he is.
so you can do it at like level 1 and
Yeah.
kill Mirak.
No, he is because if you go to if you use the console command COC QA smoke, which takes you to the cheat room where there's like it's just like a chest. It's like all armors, all weapons.
I thought it was Whiterun.
What?
I thought it was console command Whiterun. What was that?
That takes you to Whiterun.
Oh, okay.
COC means teleport to.
Okay.
And then in Fallout, you type in the area, and then put EXT on the end of it, and it'll teleport you anywhere. Not always. Sometimes some of the places have like really long names. They have like shortened, weird versions that you can't figure out just by looking at it.
Have to Google that.
Yeah.
Google it. Like Diamond City, you probably have a long one,
Yeah.
or a
I forget what
short one.
the Fallout one though. I don't think it's QA smoke. It's like something else. But anyways, if you go there and you look in the chest that says like all Dragonborn weapons and armors, each of Mirak stuff, there's like each leveled version.
Oh, okay.
You'll see like 5 copies of it, but each one's for a different level range.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Max Gear is honestly disappointing when I got it.
I like his mask, but that's about it.
Yeah, but like even
I like his staff because it's fun. Just like squirt tentacles everywhere.
Yeah, that's good. But like his sword is
garbage.
Garbage. Yeah. His armor's garbage.
Yeah.
I guess you use it all as a set because there's a like bonus for the entire set.
I feel like all mage armor is gross. I think even when I play spellcasters, I almost always go heavy armor or medium armor. Yeah,
just put me in Daedric armor and like let me cast spells.
Yeah, battle mage basically.
Battle mage.
There's no in Sky or Elder Scrolls games. There's no advantage to playing like a light armored, like normal, stereotypical mage. There's no advantage to that.
Light armor's only good.
Even if you have spells like mage armor, where if you're wearing light armor, it boosts your stuff. That's still an extra spell that you have to spend time and cast.
And it's not as good as just.
No, it's not. It only lasts for a little while.
500 armor, Mastercraft, Daedric gear that you would then enchanted to have better, like a mage armor.
Yeah, I just wear like heavy armor and a hood, and you're a battle mage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other the steel plate armor hood is the battle mage gear.
In Oblivion or Skyrim?
I mean both.
Oh. I definitely remember in Oblivion that like the battle mages that show up, they're wearing the Legionnaire steel armor, and they wear blue hoods.
Yeah. That I stole from them.
Exactly. Yeah.
The entire game.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, I would go to when I would play Oblivion, I would go to Shivering Isles, and then if you go to, I don't think it's it's Mania. I don't think it's Dementia. I think it's Mania. There's like these cultists that wear like bright blue. It's not bright, but it's like really vividly dark blue.
Yeah.
Kind of like this color. Hood instead of that light blue hood that you find in the normal game. It's like a dark blue hood, and it looks cooler. So I would go there. I'd go there just for the hood.
Come back, and
wear that with my Legionnaire armor, and be like, I'm an awesome.
The best.
Or you can wear like Mythic Dawn hood, and it's just red instead of blue. It still looks fine. Or if you're really cool, you can wear the Dark Brotherhood one, and it's black instead of.
If you're a real thug.
Yeah.
Then you wear that.
No. It's not the Dark Brotherhood one. It can, but the Dark Brotherhood one's really tight in that game. So if you want like a loose, droopy hood, I think there's like a Necromancer hood that you can get. It's like the Black Robe hood.
Robes,
yeah, Black Robe hood. So yeah.
So one thing I love about Oblivion more than Skyrim though is each piece of armor was individual. It wasn't armor.
Oh yeah, it was.
Boots, gauntlets, and helm. It was like leggings, boots, chest.
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna go back, Morrowind did it the best.
Yeah.
Where literally, like, you could do each like pauldron, you could do each arm piece is different.
Absolutely the greatest.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh my
God. That's about the only thing I think Morrowind has the other ones beat on for sure.
Right.
Like the other stuff is debatable, but that one is. I don't think anyone would argue with it. And there's way more weapon types.
Yeah.
Because you had like halberds, spears, just basically two-handed pole weapons that aren't in the other games.
And the difference between medium and heavy armor was so much more impactful on gameplay.
Yeah. I think in Oblivion there wasn't even medium armor.
There was not.
Yeah. I mean, you could mix them, but
yeah, that
was about it. There was just heavy or light.
Although I did like Dwarven armor in Oblivion way more than in Skyrim.
I like the Dwarven armor in Skyrim a lot, but I wouldn't have called it Dwarven armor.
Yeah,
it basically looks like heavy Spartan armor. Is
what
it looks like, which isn't a thing. But if it existed, like that's.
It should have been called Centurion armor because you look like a Roman, or not a Roman, a Dwarven Centurion.
Yeah,
and like,
I think it's really cool, but it's not. To me, it's not Dwarven armor. Dwarven armor in Oblivion almost had this like Persian look to it.
Yeah,
it was like very so cool. It was very ornate and had like cloths and like felt cloths like hanging off it and stuff. Yeah, like
beautiful.
It was like
armor.
Gold and blue and dark red, like all those like Persian colors, and it looked awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
So I have a weird theory about Skyrim. Just real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. So we talked about the possibility that Dwemer aren't in the game anymore because they're actually from the future.
Yeah.
And accidentally teleported themselves back built their civilization and then went back when they figured out how to go back to the future where they're actually from. And that's why there's no like bones or anything. I mean, and then other than like the canon stuff about tonal architecture being a note in the universe that is a song that is the Elder Scrolls, because it's all a song, and that's all kinds of shit that you got to really understand the world in the Elder Scrolls to get. But here's a weird thing: why is it that there are dwarven spiders and Dwemer spiders, and there's dwarven metal and Dwemer metal, and it's titled differently depending on where you pick it up?
Huh.
Have you ever noticed that the items are...
I never realized that. Yeah.
Dwemer and Dwarven. Are they different?
I don't think they are, because they both can be smelted down into the Dwemer or the Dwarven ingots.
But all that means is that it's just the same tonal metal that won't degrade over time.
Yeah.
Like, are the Dwemer and Dwarven technically different things?
I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be the same thing.
It's weird, and it's one of those
That's
things...
like saying Bosmer and Wood Elf are two different things.
That's true. Or Dunmer and Dark Elf.
Yeah.
But, like, maybe Dwarf is, like, the layman's terms for Dwemer. And that's it. But I've never picked up, like...
I think that honestly just sounds like a coding error.
Like, one was supposed to
Like, one was made by one team, and then one was made by the other, like, designed by a different team. And they just...
It might have been.
There's, like, a lack of communication there.
Maybe it's just a fucking meme. They meant to do it.
That's true.
It may be Bethesda just messing with the fans, but
yeah.
I saw it one day. I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Right? I was like, "Ah, God."
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly, I want Dwemer to be in the game so bad. But at the same time, I could never side with them for what they did to the Snow Elves. But we're not getting political on this podcast.
We're not kidding.
So
did you see that? Did you see the meme I sent to you?
That.
Did you see the meme I sent you?
You sent me a lot of memes.
I know. Hold on. I gotta show you
Which
this meme.
one was it?
I gotta show you this meme. It was the one about the Snow Elves.
No.
You didn't see it? It's so funny. It's right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
I finally found it after
This is
years,
like most of Skyrim's fan base. Is
the
kid.
scroll of truth. Skyrim belongs to the Snow Elves. Yeah, throw it.
Just toss it.
It's true, Skyrim does belong to the Snow Elves. You
Yeah.
don't want to get nitty gritty with that shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe there's just a different name or coding error or something. But I saw it one day, and my like nerd like gears started rolling at such a high speed of like, what could this mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we can't talk about what happened to Snow because we're not getting political anymore.
Yeah, and plus that's like a 30-minute conversation.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
Although I will say I did get in an argument with somebody, Henry. He's like, that's just because he's like a super dwarf fanboy. He's like,
Yeah.
That's just a story from one guy. I'm like, yeah, a paladin of Ariel himself. Ariel, also known as Akatosh,
Yeah.
the chief divine.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's like another thing. I mean,
in all fairness, Alduin was his firstborn, so I guess
Henry has a little bit of a point there, not about that specific subject, but about a lot of things in Elder Scrolls is the only history and lore we get was stuff written by other like mortal people usually.
That's true.
So a lot of it, people that look at it as a whole are like, oh, the lore is very inconsistent and contradictory. But it's supposed to be like that on purpose. It's supposed to be open-ended and left to be like it's like real life. Everything's an interpretation of
right. The
like
big things of the universe are pretty much known to be true. But there's like, if you were to read every book in Skyrim, you'd find contradicting.
Yeah. Well, and that's why when I'm playing the games, I don't.
Is it contradicting sides of the same story?
Yeah.
Like up until very recently. In the U.S., for example, if you went to school in what could be considered the North from the Civil War, it would talk about the North side perspective.
Yeah.
Where if you went to school in the
South,
the quote-unquote South, you would have seen
the Northern oppressors.
Yeah, you would have seen the Confederates' perspective of what happened during that battle. So, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
But.
That's also why when you're playing the Elder Scrolls games, you have to be a little careful because when you're playing, if you play the game and assume that everything that happens in the game is fact, then it is contradictory because you have different deities contradicting each other. Like either, in my opinion, either Sithis exists or he doesn't.
Right.
But when you play the Dark Brotherhood, he obviously exists.
Right.
Because you talk to the Night Mother and she's like deals with Sithis.
But if you never play the Dark Brotherhood DLC,
yeah,
he doesn't exist.
So
not DLC.
When you play an Elder Scrolls game, you have to kind of take yourself out of the like, oh, this is fact, this is happening.
Right. It's
more so you're seeing a story as told from this perspective, assuming their perspectives are the correct ones.
Right.
It's like you're playing out like alternate realities within the same game.
Right.
That's how I interpret it.
Exactly.
Because you don't know.
Well, it's why like Elder Scrolls Online is canon, even though it's not, because of the dragon breaks that can happen.
Although I don't think it's too far off from the normal canon.
No, the only thing that's different is the Daedric invasion.
Yeah.
The Daedric invasion is something that would cause a dragon break. Also, the fact that Bretons and Orcs are working together, which cannot happen.
And Dwemer and Nords
are working together.
Yeah.
Literally impossible.
And Argonians wouldn't work with Dwemer either.
I think Argonians might, but
well, the Dwemer enslaved Argonians for years.
Yeah, I think it's the Dwemer wouldn't lower themselves to work with Argonians, but the Argonians probably would.
Yeah, it's probably a mutual thing.
You want to know the best part about Argonians?
What, besides the fact that they're just boss?
Here you go, kids, listening. During the Oblivion Crisis, the Black Marshes, how they dealt with it is whenever a gate would show up, they just amassed their Argonian army and charged through and killed everything and shut off the gate. That's why Black Marsh has no real damage from the Oblivion Crisis.
Oh, that's a good question. That. Yeah, that's a good question.
It's great.
It's a good question as to, like, whenever I played Oblivion, even as a kid, even now, when you remove the sigil stone, or the sigil stone, if you're Matthew Mercer,
if you're Matthew Mercer from Critical Role,
well, it's the sigil stone.
The sigil stone.
When you remove the sigil stone from the gate, the portal keeping open the gate or whatever, you teleport outside back into normal. Does it happen with everybody? Is it like every mortal? Like what determines who gets teleported back? Because like,
is it a mechanic or does it genuinely happen?
Yeah.
What?
Like, is it put in the game just to be like? Because I think if I was designing the game, but also hindsight's 20/20. If I was designing the game, it would be like you take the sigil stone out,
like hell,
and you have a timer to get back.
Oh my god. Survival mode.
Yeah. So that makes more sense because then also that would make Black Marsh's strategy more valid. Because otherwise you send all those guys in, and then they're just gone. They're just stuck there.
Here's my interpretation.
Unless you wait to you're like, there's one guy you sacrifice. He's like, everybody leave, and one guy waits, and then he takes it out.
I think you get teleported out, and here's why.
Like whoever's holding it gets teleported out?
No, everybody. And here's why. So we know the physics and the mechanics of... Physics if we're in the world, mechanics if we're looking at it as a game.
Yeah.
Of Daedra, but specifically summoned entities.
Yeah.
Is you kill the summoner, the summoned go away. Except for Atronox, because they're elementals, so they aren't linked.
Yeah, they're almost not even Daedric. They're just magic.
Yeah, Atronox are just magic, and they're elemental.
Although they can exist in Oblivion.
They can. Well, because the elements exist on all planes.
Yeah.
So they technically can be anchored to any plane.
Yeah.
Mortals in a realm of Oblivion are not anchored unless they are trapped there somehow. Like, example, Cold Harbor.
Yeah. Well, in that scenario, you're almost dealing with souls more so than...
Yeah, your soul, you willingly went in. You're not anchored.
Yeah.
So I think...
Or you were either sacrificed to Molag Bal or...
Cold Harbor, yeah.
Or you willingly gave up your soul to...
Yeah, so
you're just dumb as fuck.
So you're attached. So I think when you go through an Oblivion gate during the Oblivion Crisis... Oh, there it is on your shelf. So beautiful.
What is it?
Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. Check this out. This is my... If I had to get rid of all my games, and not this one, I would do it. Like, if you said you could only keep one game.
Does it have the septum?
It does.
I have the septum somewhere. I just Would have to find it.
I'm gonna shadow box it one day.
Yeah, you're talking about that.
Yeah, it's cool as fuck.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I might just carry it around with me.
I think I'm gonna just
also
buy
check this out.
like 100 of them.
It's for an Elder Scrolls game that you can play on your flip phone.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All these maps. I had this map, I had the Skyrim map, and I had the ESO map. And I had a little office.
Do you have the Morrowind map?
No.
I have the Morrowind map.
Actually, no, I don't.
I convinced some guys at EB Games, when it was Electronics Boutique, and not GameStop before they got bought out.
Yeah.
I bought Morrowind, but it didn't come with a map, and I went back later and found a case with a map in it, and I convinced them to let me take it.
Oh yeah.
Out of that case, yeah. I was like, yes.
But dude, I love this art. It's
anyway,
so nice.
Back to the mechanics. Hold on. Yeah. So you kill the summoner, the summon go away.
Yes.
Except for Atriox, because they're technically linked to all planes because they don't have normal souls and because they're elements. And that's a different fucking story. Yeah. So I think you remove the keystone.
This just turned into a Elder Scrolls podcast, but let's just roll with it. I'm enjoying this.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It'll make sense, I guess. Yeah. It's so when you remove the keystone, the portal between your world and that part of the Plane of Oblivion that's linked goes away. So you get shot back out. So it's not so much a teleporting saving you. It's more like a violent, you don't belong on this plane. Yeah. Get the hell out kind of thing. Yeah. So yes, I would say that once the keystone's removed, you are in fact teleported out.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Black Marsh would lose almost all their soldiers every time they closed a gate.
Yeah, but Black Marsh does have a high population.
Yeah.
And I mean, they may have only sent in like 20 or so soldiers. Because 20 or so Argonian warriors would be pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it's the super endgame Oblivion Gate with the giant war machine.
Also, that's where the Dark Brotherhood is from.
Black Marsh?
Or that's where all their training, like all their... I don't know about, because of the timeline. Originally, that's where all their like major training facilities were.
It's from the...
For Shadow Scales.
Because the...
Because Shadow Scales, that's where they're born. Because it's Black Marsh.
Shit, I don't... Well, yeah, my favorite thing about Shadow Scales, if you're born under the sign of the Shadow as an Argonian, you are in the Dark Brotherhood for life automatically, because they are part of an ancient assassin organization. They were just like a bunch of Argonian Robin Hoods.
Yeah.
When the Black Brotherhood was still the... What was their precursor name? When the Night Mother actually led it.
I don't remember.
Like in her mortal form. Well, the Night Mother used to lead the Dark Brotherhood.
There's too many factions of the Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah, just like the precursor, like oh man, what's this?
4 years ago, I would have known this.
Right, see, me too. I'm gonna remember the end of this right after we end it too. It's gonna annoy me so much. Yeah, just Google it. We have the internet. But so the Dark Brotherhood started as under a different name, led by somebody who actually became the Night Mother. Like, she was mortal. The Shadow Scales merged with them at some point in time.
Yeah.
After the events of ESO. And that's why. But yeah, so most of the training was done there. Morag Tong, that's it.
Yeah. And
originally
they
sprung
split.
from a religious
They
order
split into
called
two different.
Yeah,
I think in Morrowind, you are part of the Morag Tong, and you fight the Brotherhood. If I remember.
Yeah, because there's the Morag Tong DLC.
Yeah, and
who worship the Daedric Prince Mephala. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the difference is...
Yeah. One is you drink scume and worship Daedra, and one is you worship the true Lord of the Void, Sithis.
Yeah.
All hail. Yeah, but the Night Mother was immortal at one point in time.
Yes.
That's why there's a skeleton, like the zombified version of her.
Yeah.
She was like one of the founders, or a high level...
Well,
she was a high level ranking.
She had 5 children who were supposedly children of Sithis.
Yeah, who were the original hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she killed them.
Of course she did.
Yeah.
Come on.
She sacrificed her kids to Sithis. Because...
When Sithis asks you to sacrifice
your kids... Casey Anthony ain't got shit on the Night Mother.
Night Mother's like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
What of it?
I did it 5 times.
5 times, bitch.
Let's see Nancy Grace do a fucking thing about that.
But, yeah. So, oh man, Jesus.
There was a woman from Morrowind who sacrificed her 5 kids. She's from Florida.
Was she from Florida?
I'm just ripping off Joe Rogan now.
Was Casey Anthony from Florida?
Yeah, she's from Florida.
Holy shit, dude. Florida man strikes again.
Dude, Florida's the craziest place. No, Joe Rogan has this thing where he always makes fun of Nancy Grace, and then how everything bad she talks about is something always from Florida.
It's just, Florida's just insane.
It's true.
I feel like Florida and Australia are just best friends.
Yeah.
Like, there's just insane.
I think my favorite article from Florida was like, it said like, woman stabs her husband to death with a squirrel.
What?
Or something like that. The actual story is it was like a plaster yard squirrel like thing, and it was broken, and it was sharp, and she stabbed him with it.
Either way.
But the headline just read, "Woman stabs husband with squirrel." And I was just like, amazing. I was like, dude, that's the most Florida shit I've ever heard.
Clickbait headline, but worth.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's why Black Marsh is hard. How did we get here?
I don't know.
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls is life.
Elder Scrolls is bae.
Yeah.
Fallout's really good and The Witcher's really good, but like Elder Scrolls for days.
Yeah.
I guess we'll lead right into our last fucking subject then with the Elder Scrolls is Skyrim. And
is this actually part of our last thing?
Will it / should it die?
Yeah.
Will Skyrim die?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. Unless the next Elder Scrolls sucks dick.
I'll give it 6 or 7 years.
Depends on when the next one comes out.
In about 6 or 7 years, probably.
Oh my god, it's so long.
That's my guess.
It's already been 6
I'd say minimum.
years.
I'd say minimum 3 years.
I'm gonna say 3 years announcement, 4 years for release.
I'll take it back. I'll give it 2 years for some details.
We're
3 years.
Working on
it. 3 years trailer
for E3.
For E3, and then 4 years.
Unless they fall at us and it's coming in 3 months.
Yeah,
we should just be here's. Dude, I would lose my mind. Here, and then here's fucking Skyrim Shelter.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What if you got to run a city? What if you got to run the Imperial City?
Oh no! If they did settlement stuff for Elder Scrolls like they did for Fallout, I'd be totally fine with that. I eat that shit up.
It makes so much more sense.
Yeah, I eat that shit up. It does make more sense that it doesn't even fall out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially depending on the location. It wouldn't make sense that they did it like elsewhere or somewhere where it's just a giant desert. Like,
or it would make sense.
Or jungle. No, us was jungles and desert, I believe. I think it's both. Yeah.
It's both.
Yeah.
It's both.
Dude, the freaking Khajiit are such trolls, dude. They're meme lords for sure. Do you know why it's called Elsewhere?
Why?
It's because they said that there's an old saying like in Elder Scrolls, it's like there's nowhere like fuck, I forget the saying is. It's something that has to do with like elsewhere, like the saying elsewhere. Like they're like the only place better than here is elsewhere. And so they're just like, oh, we're gonna change the like lettering slightly, and we're gonna call it like Elsewhere. That's why they call it that.
You fucking Khajiit.
Because Khajiit are just fucking internet meme lord cats.
Dude,
like
Skooma worship Daedra.
Yeah.
The Khajiit way.
Also, they have Maik the Liar, who's just like...
Who's in every Elder Scrolls
Yeah,
game.
he's the meme lord. Him. Yeah, he's even in ESO. Oh, dude, I found him in ESO one time.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so will it die?
Yes.
Yes. Should it die? Absolutely not.
No, never.
It should always be a game you can pick up and play and have to be just like day one.
It was a game-changing, literally, game.
Yeah, no, everybody who ever made an RPG after it was like, shit, the new standard.
And every RPG after that was good. Almost.
Yeah, they've all been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's some like indie games out there I don't know about that were probably trash. But like every major RPG that I can think of since then has been amazing because Skyrim raised the bar.
Because like you have to be.
And Oblivion did the same thing too.
Yeah.
And so did Morrowind.
Just Bethesda games in general.
I wouldn't say the Fallout games are like game changers.
What? I feel like
they're awesome.
I feel like 4 raised the bar, and the new Metro is gonna be what it is because of it.
Maybe. I think Fallout does raise the bar for the next Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah, which is weird because a lot of people like didn't like 4 compared to New Vegas, and I liked it so much more than New Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
No, I like 4 better.
I think like 3 is always going to be my number 1.
I think I like 3 is the best.
First Fallout I ever played, and it was just like
it's just tonally 100% on point.
Yeah, and like Liam Neeson's your dad.
Yeah.
Well, and my problem with New Vegas was like it had some of the best DLCs, but like its main story was like.
Honestly, it just felt like a meme lord game.
I had so much trouble getting.
It was so memey.
I had trouble taking the factions seriously.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just annoying.
Yeah. The NCR was... I didn't like the NCR.
I sided with the NCR because the cons in Caesar Legion, like, wouldn't stop. I had to kill some of their members because they attacked me for no reason, like, multiple times throughout the game. And then they wouldn't allow
I like
me
the
to,
Legion.
like, even talk to them.
The Legion was interesting because they were basically, like, Roman barbarians, which is like a contradiction, but that's what they were.
I mean, the best faction was...
And they were, like, almost all melee weapons, but still conquered, like, most of America. Like
the kids at Nellis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the boomers.
Yeah. Honestly, the best faction, in my opinion, to get the best story out of New Vegas is either the House Wins ending or the House ends... Or the House Wins ending where you kill Mr. House and you become the leader of everything.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I became leader of everything. The
very first time I played through, I did House Wins, where he winds up being the leader of everybody. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
The game's been out forever. Fuck you if you haven't played it yet.
Fuck you, and it wasn't amazing.
Yeah, because I didn't even know that you could kill him.
Yeah, just kill him.
Because I don't think I did the Yes Man quests or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
And then I eventually did that, and then Yes Man was like, "Oh, you can kill him and become the leader yourself."
You're like, "Oh shit!"
I was like, "Oh, let me try that and see." I felt bad killing him though.
A little bit.
He's just like a feeble old man, like in a cryo chamber. I was like, "Oh my god, if he was like just a computer, I wouldn't feel as bad."
Like the president.
Yeah, John Henry Eden. John Henry Eden. He's supposed to be like the best parts of all the presidents, like combined into one.
like Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah.
Did you finish recording that? Yes, sir, I did.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Now delete it. Like, what the hell?
Speaking of Fallout 3 was just awesome. Oh, in New Vegas though, like, it was just really empty.
It felt,
It was so empty. Like in Fallout 3 and 4, every minute or so you'll run into something interesting.
Yeah. And like
worth exploring.
Again, I think not Fallout 4. New Vegas is gold light in their DLCs.
Yes.
But, yeah, definitely. But
yeah. And New Vegas had for the time, it had so many more armors and weapons and stuff. But honestly, I feel like a lot of the armor and weapons, to me, looked like something some dude in his basement modded.
Yeah.
What was the armor? It was like the heavy combat armor.
Yeah.
It looked like something out of a Starship Troopers movie, and then some kid modded it in his basement. And it was texturally, it looked weird. It didn't look like it belonged in the game at all. A lot of the weapons were like that, like the grenade launcher machine gun. Like, what the fuck?
What is this?
Yeah, that's way overpowered as shit. I never used it. I was like, this is too overpowered.
This is too much.
Yeah. There was a lot of cool aspects. The DLCs, though, were just amazing.
Although, it's removing some difficulty, but I'm kind of glad they're continuing to do it. In Oblivion, you had to repair your weapons.
You had to repair everything.
In Skyrim, you did not. Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
In Skyrim, you didn't. And then in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, you had to repair. And Fallout 4, you don't. Yeah.
Huh. I don't remember that for some reason.
Yeah, you had to repair. Yeah, because in Fallout 3, you could just repair your other weapons and do it in the same mechanic in Fallout 3.
Oh, that's right. And then,
But New Vegas, they had, ammo, that the common ammo degraded your guns, 50% faster than normal ammo.
Yeah, if you, surplus, it was surplus ammo.
Yeah, it's god damn.
Yeah, I never fucked with surplus ammo. I was like, I'll spend more just to have regular ammo.
I just kill people.
Yeah, I mean, if you kill enough people, you'll eventually get all the ammo you need.
Yeah. It's one thing where Caesar's Legion came in handy because like their javelins, if you could just get some of those, you could just use those to pick off people with guns and then take their ammo.
Yeah. Caesar's Legion was interesting to play as. But then it made it weird when you played what's the DLC where you find Joshua Graham?
Oh, I don't remember.
He was like the burned man that everyone talked about, and then you find him. It was like, oh my god, that DLC was just so... Joshua Graham was just a monster.
Is that Sierra Nevada?
What?
Was that the one where you were in the Sierra Desert?
No. The Sierra Nevada was the casino one.
Yeah, that was one. The gold.
That one was... it was good. Something Hearts. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. It's bothering me that I can't remember it. It's like Honored Hearts or something. Honest Hearts.
Yeah.
So you find this dude who was... Yeah, this guy, Joshua Graham. He was... Do you know anything about him?
Not much.
He was an original founder of Legion with Caesar. They were both they don't say it, I don't think, but they were both Mormon like missionaries. Okay. They're both Mormon missionaries, and then just like through all the fucked up shit that they saw, they eventually like formed the Caesar's Legion. And he was Caesar's general. And he was like the baddest motherfucker, like didn't give a fuck about anybody. He would like just ruthless dude. And he led the original charge to take over the dam, the Hoover Dam. Yeah, and he failed because the NCR was like too powerful. So Caesar lit him on fire and kicked him into the canyon.
What the hell? And
then he was like, there was like reports that people saw him walking out of the canyon alive.
That's so funny.
And so crazy. The entire before this DLC came out, the entire thing was just a legend. Like you just hear like the random Caesar Legion people like talking about it. If you say his name, Caesar kills you. Like,
really?
No one knows his actual name. They just call him the Burned Man. And anyone that did know his name and said it out loud, if Caesar found out, Caesar found out, he would kill you.
Holy shit, that's hardcore.
So you find him in this DLC, and he, because you're in Utah in this DLC, of course you're Mormons, Utah. And he like found basically like the remnants of like a Native American tribe. There's like there's 3 warring Native American tribes, and he found them and is basically like raising an army there to like take him over. But he's like back to being like a good guy. He's like the Punisher. He's like, he has good morals, like he has good standpoints.
He just does it the Punisher way.
Yeah, he just does it the Punisher way. He just like fucks people up. Yeah, it was one of the best DLCs ever. I loved it so much, and he's such a badass.
Yeah. New Vegas definitely had like some amazing DLCs.
Yeah. Joshua Graham. He had a sick voice too. But yeah, there was just a lot of stuff that just didn't fit in the Fallout world in New Vegas.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem like when I played Fallout New Vegas, I didn't feel like I was playing a Fallout game.
No, it felt like I was playing a different game. Yeah. And it wasn't bad, it just...
Which makes sense, because it's made by a completely different developer. It was made by Obsidian.
Oh yeah, Obsidian.
Yeah.
Obsidian made Oblivion, though.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, they did not.
Either I'm memeing or I'm right. Might Google it and find out.
Obsidian Entertainment. I know they made the best RTS game of all time, which was Star Wars Empire of War.
Ooh.
Yes.
Pathfinder Adventures. South Park: The Stick of Truth.
I didn't know they made that. I love Stick of Truth.
Oh, South Park's such a good game.
Here, we'll go to their wiki. Here. They did not make Oblivion.
Oh, dang. I've been bamboozled.
You were bamboozled. What games did they make, though?
They made Neverwinter Nights 2.
A bunch of those.
Old Republic.
Oh, Knights of the Old Republic 2. Code R2.
Nice.
I love Code R2.
Alpha Protocol. New Vegas. Dungeon Siege 3.
Yeah.
South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Skyforge. I feel like I know what Skyforge is. It sounds familiar. Also, Armored Warfare. Oh, I think Armored Warfare is a... Oh, no, never mind.
What is Pillars of Eternity?
I don't know. The White March, Part 2. Oh, no, there's 2 of them. Okay, Part 1, Part 2. And then Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire.
Huh.
That's not even out yet. That's their new game. 2018.
But yeah.
Yeah, so
it was made by so many different...
Yeah, so anyways, Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 is better than New Vegas.
Better than New Vegas.
Oh, sorry.
DLC-wise, I think Fallout 3 beats the other two just because the amount you got was on a different level.
I would say the...
Individually, I think New Vegas has some of the best ones, but like...
I'll say New Vegas had the funniest ones.
Definitely.
The big MT one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in DLC since Borderlands 2.
Oh, Borderlands so good.
Borderlands 2 had the funniest DLCs of all time. But the big MT, the whole, like, when the robots see you, and they're like, you have a dialogue option to wave at them, and he's like, don't wave your mini penis hands at me, or something like that. They think your hands are penises. He's like, don't wave your mini penis hands at me.
Oh my god, that's
like,
awesome.
Oh my god, I laughed so hard.
It's amazing.
He's like, you walk in here with your many penised feet. And I was just like, oh my god. Oh shit. And then like all the utilities, or not utilities, the all like the light switches and the toaster and stuff, they all like personalities.
Yeah.
Like the toaster just wants to destroy everything. Like his whole goal is that it's a toaster, and his whole personality is that he wants to conquer the world and destroy everything. Like, dude, it's so fun. Just the dialogue in that whole DLC is so funny. And then like there's like a suit. Oh, there's the machine gun that has a dog brain in it. It like sniffs out like enemies. It has like little dog ears and points towards enemies. And then when you put it away, it like cries. Like, and then there was the stealth suit that always talks to you, like when you're trying to be stealthy.
New Vegas also had the dog and God, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. That's for the Sierra Nevada.
Yeah. The serious DLC.
Yeah. And then the last DLC was okay. That was the more refined, the original Courier.
Oh.
And you go in the area, I forget what it's called. The Divide, you go into the Great Divide, and it's like all messed up. There's like, that was cool though, because like it's like a faction that's mixed like NCR and Caesar's Legion guys. So their armor is like a combination of like both armers.
Deserters who are like both sides of bullshit.
Well, I think they're like I don't know if they're deserters or they're like crazy. I think they got stuck there, and then their skin's all red from the constant blowing sandstorms. Like, if I remember that correctly. But yeah, Fallout 4 mechanically is it's like this. Fallout 3 has the best tone to it.
Yeah,
everything makes sense. It all fits with itself. It's very eerie. It feels like you're in a nuclear apocalypse. It doesn't even feel like that long after the nuclear apocalypse. No. Whereas Fallout 4 does.
It has the best DJ.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 feels like you're rebuilding.
Yeah, Fallout 4 feels like you're on the up and up. Like,
we're finally winning the day as
even though it's only like 10 or 20 years after Fallout 3. 40?
40, yeah. Well, maybe like 30-something, because the leader of this Dark Brotherhood was like a 10-year-old in Fallout 3.
The Dark Brotherhood?
Not the Dark Brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh, the Brotherhood of Steel. Yeah, that's true.
Is Maxim, you can find him in 3, and he's talking shit about the current leader.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, because I know Fallout 3 takes place originally, like when you first started, it takes place exactly on the 200-year anniversary from the nukes.
Yeah.
Because the nukes fell in 2077, and Fallout 3 takes place in 2277.
November something.
Yeah, it's like 2277.
Because I just saw.
And then Codsworth in Fallout 4, Codsworth mentions it. He goes, "Oh, it's been 200 years since the nukes fell," and he goes, "Oh, it's been 200 something years if you really count it." But I forget what it is.
I just saw on Twitter the other day, and it was like, it was something that like made me happy, but at the same time I was like, I won't be allowed to see it. But it was like 60 years to the bombs drop, and Bethesda tweeted that out, and I was like,
oh no, we can live to see that. I think medical technology will advance fast enough.
You're right. Honestly, we'll probably live to like 115.
Yeah, I think there's scientists that said like the first person to live like 300 years has already been born.
300? I know 150 is scientists are like, yeah, no, 150. I like humanity, man.
Yeah.
Back in the olden days, we lived forever because we ate the best things, and then disease.
Plus, we didn't have like genetic junk in our systems.
Yeah, and then genes started like mixing, and we like rats got on ships, and then we lived to like 25.
Yeah.
And now we're on the up and up again.
Yeah.
We're the best.
Yeah.
We're awesome.
I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast earlier where they were. Was it Joe Rogan? No. It was the H3 podcast. And
H3.
They were talking
5 million subscribers.
Yeah, they were talking to this. It was like their newest one. It was like a Canadian professor who's like really famous. He was talking about like how complex our society is, and he was saying it's like kind of a trade off. He's like, people look at the old days and they're like, not old days, but like maybe like 200 years ago, 300 years ago, and they're like, oh wow, so everything was so simple back then. And nothing was as complex as it is now. And he goes, yeah, but that's the trade-off. It's super complex now, but back then you just died.
Yeah.
Like, there's like, he's like, people worry and stress about so much now that seems really little. But that's just because back then you just died.
You didn't have time.
Yeah, you didn't have time to stress about anything because you just would die.
You knew that you needed to build a house, fucking have a kid, and die.
And die, yeah.
Maybe fight a war.
Yeah.
And die.
That's pretty much it.
I think like a youth leader from back in the day said it the best when like I was like 12 or some shit and some other guys were acting like a bunch of little bitches.
Yeah.
Little bitches and also just like not being respectful at all. He's like, 100 years ago you may already have a kid and be fighting war, right? Yeah. And it like sobered him up real quick.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
I remember back in my old church I was in a play and I played Joseph. And I was like 13 or 14. Someone was like, "Yeah, you're about the right age to play Joseph."
Like,
and I was like, "The fuck?" I was
like, "What you mean, dog?"
Yeah,
it's like, yeah,
I was like, "That's."
You had.
I'm happy right now.
You need to get your kid to.
I'm 23 now, and I still don't even want to have a kid.
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot in life where I don't know if I ever want to even get married. Like,
did that train just explode?
Maybe it crashed.
Maybe
fell over.
It did something. No, I'm like, part of me wants to have a kid just because like I feel like I have a biological need to just like carry on my lineage.
Well, you're a human, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
it's the animal instinct of carrying on the species with the pride of my lineage.
Yeah, but do I want a kid at this time? No.
I know people.
I probably won't have a kid until I'm like 35 or 40.
I know people who've had kids before they were legally allowed to drink. That's insanity to me.
Yeah. No, I was talking to a dude at work who's like way younger than me, and he's like, we were talking about how lately at Amazon they've been calling us into work, and then like keeping us there for like 2 or 3 hours and then sending us back home. Which to me is not a problem. I live 10 minutes away.
Right.
But this guy lives like an hour away, and he's like, it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And he goes, oh, it's because it's like a 50-minute drive, and I have a kid. And I'm like, you have the fuck? Kid? You have a kid?
Are you?
You're a kid. Why do you have a kid?
Right. It's like, God.
Yeah.
Stop. I don't know.
And he seemed really unintelligent, so I'm just like, that poor kid.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
He got bamboozled.
Which is probably why he has a kid that young.
Right.
He's probably like 18 or something. He's like, he does not need to be having a kid.
He was with one of those girls who like won't let you wear a condom.
I can't believe you said that.
What? I'm just saying, who would do?
What fucking idiot would do that?
I don't know. You know what's funny though?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting your dick wet. You just gotta wrap it up.
But it's easier to keep it wet.
If you put it on the wrong side, it is. Because the lube's on the inside then.
Well, yeah, I get that. Oh, you're a gentleman. You buy lube condoms.
Yeah, why would you? It makes it way hard. It just makes everything so much easier.
Right, okay, yeah, sure. We're not talking about this right now. Yeah. But, yeah. That's insanity to me, that you could, like, have... Oh, my God. No.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'll
if
end
I was
up
like
having the most traditional relationship ever, or I'll end up having like getting wasted at some party, and that's how I have a kid, and I'll just end up marrying that person. I feel like
I hope that's not what happens to me. Well, honestly, don't. Unless I was like super trashed, I probably wouldn't sleep with someone if I didn't want to have a kid with them.
Like, I think
I'm just like that. Although I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm super picky, but I'm super cautious.
Right. I don't want no trash hoe. As like.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually not even attracted to girls like right off the bat.
Please explain. Like, you don't even see like physically attractive?
No, like I do find girls physically attractive, but part of what makes me really attracted to someone is like after I get to know them a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Not even that much. Like if I hang out with them like 2 or 3 times.
You just get a taste for that person.
Like I usually don't develop feelings for someone until like at least like strong feelings like I want to be in a relationship with this person until like meeting them 2 or 3 times at least.
That's fair.
I don't think I've ever looked at a girl and be like I want to like date this person right now.
You're not like my brother who met his girlfriend and probably wife at a grad party. They were dating like 2 weeks later.
Well, I am kind of guilty. I've been guilty of that, but
okay.
Yeah.
You.
No, there was one girl who I met her one time, and then we had discussions about. This was back in high school. We had discussions about how dating at our age was stupid, and then we were dating 2 weeks later.
Oh, you dumbass!
Yeah.
You were saying that too, all like fucking coy and like hypocritical.
Yeah.
Like, I would never date it. It's just silly. 2 weeks later.
Oh, but that just goes in my theory. I learned this from another YouTuber named Blasphemous HD, who's I was gonna give him a shout out. He doesn't need a shout out. He just has like millions of subscribers.
He should give us a shout out.
He won't though.
Oh.
Because
did you ask him?
No. He tells stories on YouTube about how he's like.
Oh, he'll do shout outs.
He'll do shout out and it backfires horribly, like somehow.
That's why it's same things like products, like you don't sponsor a product publicly on your channel, Twitch or YouTube or whatever until you test it yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Like shit like that.
Yeah.
No,
but he said the best way to get a girl to smash you is to act like you don't want to smash them, no matter what.
Do the ignore thing?
What? Yeah.
Just ignore them.
Like he's like, be cool with them and just hang out and chill, but don't like be very assertive about your desire to smash.
Don't try to smash.
And honestly, that's always worked for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think that's why I started dating that chick 2 weeks later, is because I was like the entire time I was like, nah, I don't. Even though she was like super hot, I was like, man, I don't want to date anybody.
I'm not
interested.
No, I really just dating at our age is just silly. And then she was like,
yeah.
Then she had to date you.
Yep, pretty much.
Because she was like, there's something wrong with me if I can't get
you to date me. Honestly, that might be it. I never thought about
there's
that.
There's something wrong with me if he doesn't want to date me.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Because it's not that dumb. All right. Yeah, some shit like that.
That explains a lot about that whole relationship.
Was she the crazy one?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If she was crazy and that situation.
I broke my number 3 rule. Don't stick your dick in crazy.
Don't stick your dick in crazy. Don't have sex with a woman in general.
Oh.
Everyone has a little craziness to them.
That's true. I'm a little crazy.
Have you met
I've gotten really good at hiding it.
Have you met Colin?
Yeah.
He's insane. Then criminals.
No, everybody's crazy just in a different way.
Yeah.
I'm crazy in a functioning psychopath kind of way.
I think my crazy is less crazy, but it's more like I'm so apathetic and like nonchalant about very serious things. Yeah. But then minor things I give too many fucks about.
I think I'm crazy in the way that, like, if I didn't have a good understanding of consequences, then I would be the craziest motherfucker ever. Because, like, if I'm, like, driving down a street in Cincinnati and there's, like, an outdoor restaurant, like, where you can sit outside and stuff, my initial instinct the second I see that is to go up and just start flipping tables and, like, smashing shit. And I'm just, like, just for, like, the lulls. Just for the lulls.
Just for the meme of it all?
Yeah, just for the lulls. And then I'm like, no, I can't do that. That's dumb. I was like, I'm dumb. That's dumb as fuck. I'll go to jail forever.
So you would just act on all the things...
all my impulse. If I acted on all my impulses starting now, I'd be in jail in 10 minutes.
All the horrific impulse things people think about, you would just act on them.
Yeah. But I don't, because I'm not crazy as fuck.
Not a crazy person.
I did more so when I was like 14, 15. I did whatever the hell I wanted to.
That's fair.
Which honestly, I would say back then I was very impulsive, but I didn't have that many bad impulses. Now I have a lot more bad impulses. I just don't act on them. I'm more controlled now.
Yeah.
It's like flip-flopped.
Weird.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you'll have good impulses and no control.
I blame the military.
For the bad impulses or the control?
Both.
Okay. I blame my time in the army.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, I'd get ideas like, you can do that to people? What? And then like...
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have anything else about Elder Scrolls, the best subject to talk about.
Oh. I'm sure I can find something to talk about on
my
Elder
God.
Scrolls. Let's talk about why the Dwemer disappeared.
No, we're not going to talk about that. That's
Yeah.
3 hour conversation.
No.
At a minute.
It's simple. I think it's the heart of Lorcan.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy. There's also like 5 other different conspiracies. But
So there's a lot of plausible theories about the Dwemer.
Yeah.
The problem is there's too much plausibility in why
Yeah.
it could have happened.
Speaking of which, do you want a Dwemer mystery solution in the next
Yes.
Elder Scrolls? You do?
If it means I can play the race, yes.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it.
Like if it means like
Honestly, I don't. There might be a Dwemer person in Elder Scrolls Online, because there's like 4 dead races they brought back in that game as characters that you can talk to.
what?
Yeah,
Look that up. I will immediately go home and re-download the Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls Online.
because I remember playing it and you can talk to like not Altmer, which one? There's ones where you can talk to NPCs that are Aelids or whatever. Aelids. There's an Aelid one, and then there's
Proto High Elves.
yeah, and there's a Chimer, which is the proto Dark Elves before their skin became tainted.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How the hell are they not? I guess they just have to be hyper ancient, wouldn't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, was it
I know
the
some of them
ghost?
are ghosts.
Because the ghost doesn't count.
Some of them are ghosts, but I remember, if I remember right, they're not like the normal Elder Scrolls ghosts. Like you can actually like see their full form.
No,
like,
yeah, the Dwemer like hardcore wizard who's a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was around before the Taint. I know which one you're talking about there.
Yeah, so
Dwemer or Dwemer.
Dwemer.
Yeah, Dwemer.
What the fuck is that word? I don't even know what that is.
Theodolite pet? I don't know what about.
Let's see, Dwemer character. What the fuck is going on with this guy? Oh, this guy has to be a Khajiit or Argonian.
Yeah.
And so it stretches the armor out to match
Oh, really?
their shit. So like, yeah, that has to be Khajiit or something. Let's see. I guess not.
I believe you lied to me.
Well, what I meant was I wouldn't be surprised if there was one in there.
Dude.
Is what I meant.
Speaking of...
Because, yeah, and the Snow Elves, they're both in Elder Scrolls, or in Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online.
Snowler?
Yeah. Obviously you can't play as them, but there's characters that are...
Right. Well, Snow Elves are... Elder Scrolls is happening at the
Fallen.
end of the first era, so it depends on when in the first era.
What?
Snow Elves disappeared.
Yeah. And then Elder Scrolls Online is the end of the second era.
Speaking of MMOs, World of Warcraft Classic.
What about it?
Vanilla. They announced it at BlizzCon yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're like re-releasing World of Warcraft with like updated stuff?
They're like releasing classic servers where it's only vanilla. No expansions. It's fucking awesome.
Is there anything like new about it, or is it just servers?
I don't know if it's the classes like they were then,
Yeah.
or if it's the original classes and races like they are now. I have no idea, but it's the servers. It's a Blizzard thing. Yeah.
This person makes a good point. Is that if there's Vampire Dwemer, they could still be alive?
Unless they were...
And yeah, unless they're like everybody that's a Dwemer got teleported
Yeah,
somewhere.
unless some crazy shit
Which is
happened.
what I think happened. Or there's a good theory in
Well, there's a decent chance because they're dwarves that they couldn't even be infected with vampirism.
That's true.
Because most dwarves are really, really hardy against disease.
Yeah.
Got that Argonian shit kind of going down.
There is a really good theory that the Dwemer transcended and became the giant machine god that, what's his name? Tiber Septim used to conquer the kingdoms.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently he had, I didn't know this, but apparently he had a giant, basically would be like a giant centurion, like robot that would just like fuck shit up.
And they ascended and became
Yeah, because that's the way he conquered not the Shivered Isles, the Somerset Isles, because the Altmer had like a giant fleet, and he was like, he just sent that thing out and it killed all of them.
What if they built that for him? Like the Dwemer actually built that for him, they didn't ascend to him?
Yeah.
But with a deal with him. He ascended to godhood.
Yeah, and I think there's also textual evidence that they were trying to do that. They were trying to like ascend into like giant machine gods.
Yeah. What if the Dwemer only physically disappeared and their souls are actually fueling all the Dwemer?
Yeah, that's basically what this would be. Because
I
think it is fueled by like a giant soul gem. Because the Dwemer they fucked with magic, but they only did it in like a mechanical kind of way. They didn't attach any like emotion or like morals to the magic. It was just like
the tonal architecture.
Yeah, they were very much magic was they were Machiavellian about it. Magic was just a means to an end.
Right. Okay.
There's nothing else attached to magic.
It's not about.
Yeah, it's not about like the Daedra or the gods around the magic. It's strictly just like.
What if that's what happened to him? What if they pissed off the hella powerful necromancers that live in the Soul Cairn?
Oh yeah.
And what if they fucked with magic and like the power that would go into Soul Gem too much, and the necromancers teamed up like, fuck you guys, and shoved them all into the Soul Gem?
Maybe. That's definitely possible.
Oh my god. I would like to know.
Crazy.
It's one of those things where I need to know in the next game, or I need to never know.
Yeah. What do you want the next Elder Scrolls to be?
Where or what?
Just anything. What? It could be where, what the main story is, what it's about.
I want to go to a different continent.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah. Where are the Red Guards from? Or High Rock.
You can't go to the place where the Red Guards are from.
Why not?
It's sunk.
It's sunk?
Yeah, it's sunk into the ocean. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're from an island that was off the west coast of Tamriel. And not island, but like an Australian kind of continent.
Right.
And the reason why they came to Tamriel is because it was like sinking into the ocean. No, Akavir's on the east coast.
Aren't the Red Guards from Akavir?
No. They're from a different I can look it up. They're from a continent off. Hold on. Let's do a map of Nirn. Here we go. So, yeah, Yakunda or whatever. They're from here.
Huh.
And I believe something happened and this sunk in the ocean. I could be wrong. Hold on. I might be confused. How do you get this to move? There we go. Or maybe they're from somewhere here. Basically, they had to evacuate and come here. And then there's also Dwemer here. Because the reason it's called Hammerfell was originally... Right. Yeah, the Dwemer and Morrowind, apparently one of them threw a hammer. And he said, wherever this lands is where we're going to settle next.
And well, that's fucking insanity.
Yeah.
Huh. I want... so there or High Rock would be...
I would love High Rock.
Amazing.
Yeah, my only problem with High Rock is it's small.
Give me those Bretons.
Yeah. It's small and super mad.
Landmass wise, it's about as big as Skyrim. It's just taking a different shape.
Yeah, it's really like linear. You'd have to travel it unless they had some kind of like sailing system.
Oh,
we could sail up like through
dude,
here.
Give me an actual sailing system like in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, or even like The Witcher, where you can just like
get in
like get in a boat and just paddle, basically. I don't want Hammerfell because it's all desert and it's boring.
Right.
Elsewhere.
Valen would
what era is this map from? This doesn't make any sense because this is Elsewhere. Right here.
Maybe.
Balin would be sick.
Balin would be cool. Argonia, that's just wrong. It's Black Marsh.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on here?
This map is all fucked up. Oh, it's 4th era, so I don't know. Maybe that shit changed. In the 4th, I don't know shit about the 4th era besides what happened in Skyrim.
Well, Skyrim is the beginning of the 4th era.
Yeah, there could be like some shit though.
200 years. You know what I bet it was?
What?
I bet that shit changed during the war with the Thalmor.
Yeah. There's Atmora. I don't want Atmora because it'd basically be Skyrim but snowier, and we don't want that.
I think Atmora should be a DLC.
Yeah.
Like a massive DLC.
And then Somerset Isles.
Right.
Oh, wait. I forget which one. Maybe they're both. I don't know. I have no idea what this is. Altmary's. That sounds really familiar.
Is that the Somerset Isles? It's because the Altmer?
Yeah. This would be that. Then what? Maybe it's all 3 of these are the Somerset Isles.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because they are from Altmary.
4th era. Yeah, I'm not familiar with 4th era.
All of this is Akavir.
Akavir would be awesome.
Because Akavir is a continent. Like it's like Tamriel.
It's a separate continent. Yeah. I would love an Akavir continent.
Oh yeah, it'd be so cool. It'd basically be like it's very like Japanese style. It's very like Asian
Weeb
styled.
Amazing.
That's why all the Akavir armor looks like samurai.
You know another Elder Scrolls game I want? So there's it's half theory, half canon. It makes total sense for the mechanics. But it would be there's a dark imprint of Nirn.
Yeah.
It's like the upside down Stranger Things. Skyrim. Look at this shit. Atari, Oblivion, Lig.
What the fuck? Who made this?
Thalmori.
Talos. It's Nirnroot. It's not Nerd.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. Save that.
Occupy Tamriel.
Can you save that image and send it to me so I can make it my desktop background?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all we got for the podcast tonight, guys.
God.
We've been all over the fucking place. Oh. Well, no,
I need to find a good map. That's just America.
You mean the world?
I was looking here, so I said America.
Fucking dumbass.
Yeah. So,
yeah, there are other...
Sunset Isles. I thought it was Somerset Isles. Oh,
it is Somerset Isles. That's wrong.
Oh, that's right. Almary's. They came from Almary's and then settled here. Okay, I remember now.
So there's more than 2 continents on Nirn, though. I know that. There's actually like...
This is fake. There's no place on Nirn called Nirnia.
Ninria?
Ninria. Oh,
no, but there's more than 2 continents on Nirn last time I checked, but I may be...
Oh, no, there is. Okay,
I think that's just...
This is the map I'm used to looking at.
Yeah.
This is just Tamriel.
Just Tamriel, yeah. Oh, God, give me that high rock, dude. Give me that fucking high rock.
Dude, that sounds gross.
What, high rock?
Give me that high rock.
Give me the high rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. So as far as our next thing, we'll have the new challenge video coming out. Well, we just released one challenge video.
Just released one. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Next up, I think we're doing Killing Floor 2.
Killing Floor 2.
Some stuff in Killing Floor 2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, we're going to end up sabotaging each other.
Think so?
I'll let you die in a basement, Mike. I'll really bad. I'll jeopardize the entire team.
Honestly, I think I might win because I have a level 21 survivalist, so I can use any weapon.
Oh my god. I have a commando though.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll have to see.
The only thing that makes me think a commando could do it is you can get the LMG as a commando, and you can have more ammo capacity and magazine and carry.
That's true. Because it's not about doing big damage; it's about just getting in the final shot.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see. Sounds awesome.
But you have better percentage damage with fire weapons.
With everything.
Yeah.
I have overall. It's less percentage, but it's overall percentage with everything. It's like a 20. Instead of being like a 50% with one, it's like 20% for every gun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So with the gunslinger fire pistols, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on which boss we're fighting.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yep. That's it.
All right. See you guys.
See you, everybody.